Hello. Oh yeah, we love Fable in this household.
Ugh.
What?
Brother, ugh.
Why is
What's
that low
that?
and...
What's
Okay,
that, brother?
I'm gonna fix that. Why did I get the brother? What the fuck? I've existed for 2 seconds. Oh, the autosave got me. You just lay it. Fuck you.
Hello there.
Hello. Starlight Sonata. I feel like I'm gonna regret putting Blurp back up now that it's fixed. Hello? There's birds in my tavern. Hey, and keep. Do I remember how to make the fucking drinks? I don't know. That is a jawline. Hey, Chrissy. Long time no see. Okay, Chrissy. Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this. So true. I've been pretty busy this hatching season. I don't know why I was starting to give her like a tone. A lot to do? Yeah, the birds seem to be in a slight uproar, like something is amiss. I just can't figure out what. I don't know why I'm giving her this voice. Animals often have a sixth sense, you know? They do indeed. Anyways, hand over a drink, will you? Of course. What will it be this time? Something for the wits again? Ain't nobody been asking for wits. You know me well. Too well, I guess. That's the curse of being a regular. Eventually, I'll have you all figured out. Hate to disappoint you, but you're wrong today. Oh, no wits today. Am I now? Yes, I'm quite confident in the capabilities of my mind and wits. Of course. So what I'll need instead is something to protect me from weather or foe, so I'm steeled for any situation. That makes sense. I'll see what I can do. Okay. I remember how to do this. Yeah, so the frost, but we add in a thingy-mabobber. The pine cones helped with. Frost armor. Okay, yeah. Blink. So I need... Perfect. A little bit of this. Liquid steel. Just a bit more digestible. This is exactly what I need for my trip. Where are you headed anyways? Oh, to the island of Boreas. I want to reconnect with some friends at the annual Borean Art Convention. Isn't Boreas difficult to reach? Not exactly a place known for its population. The convention is especially for creatures like sylvan spirits, trolls, and the like. They'll also be electing the scariest monster for the next issue of Screech Magazine. Ah! That sounds exciting. It'll be a sight to behold for sure. But do you know what I'm most excited about? Nymphs. No. Oh. They're pretty, don't get me wrong, but definitely not the reason why I'm going to Boreas. That'd be Fable's reason. Valid. You're so right. If you do happen to meet a nymph, greet them for me. Sure. Now that we know what I'd be excited for, how about you? The geysers and hot springs, especially around this time of year, when the mornings are still a bit chilly, and the sun tickles the sky on the horizon. She got them dimples. Can you see that? She got dimples. That sounds lovely. I'm sure those things will be like nice muses too. Bet I'm bringing an extra set of paints this time so I don't run out again. I mean, Fable taught me how to make some from flowers and berries, but Borean flora is unsuitable for things like that. Seems like you're well prepared either way. Absolutely. How are the birds doing apart from being in distress? Well, the cinnamon green-cheeked conures are growing up to be such a lovely bunch. I can't wait to release them back into the wild once they're strong enough. With your care, they'll be ready in a heartbeat. I'm guessing you're taking Ruby and Merlin along to the convention? Of course. As for the others, I obviously can't take them with me. But I asked Fable to look after everyone. In exchange, I'll teach them how to grow zucchini. Speaking of which, I wanted to leave my keys under their doormat. Sorry for the short stay, but I gotta hurry or else I'll miss my boat. It's quite the walk to their treehouse. And you don't want to have to compensate me for that, do you? I wouldn't mind, but I also don't want you to be late to your convention. Well then, so long and keep. See you soon. Wow. It's nighttime. Oh, hello, Fable. Good evening. Good evening, Fable. Did you have a good day? I did. Well, sort of. It was a little depressing. How so? Can I have a drink first? Sure. What are you looking for? Something zesty, perhaps? No, not today. Something to help me wind down a little. Feel a little like a bunch of mushy moss. Though I still have to make rounds around the grove later. So something that'll keep me awake and agile would be nice. Do you think you know me well enough to guess what I might need? I'm already on it. Is this swiftly? None of these would help with that, huh? Guess not. She'll be fine. Let's start off with the swiftness. Ding. Here. Thank you. This is delicious. You always know what I need. I think I feel ready to tell you the story now. Please go ahead. Do you remember Mr. Dragon? Kara's deadbeat werewolf uncle? Unfortunately, I think he's still on her mind. She's been very down since we came back, and I'm worried about how quiet she's being too. I wanted to cheer her up. That's very kind of you. How did you do that? I only tried to... It didn't go very well. I should probably just pretend it didn't happen. Fable? Tell me about it. Please. Okay. So we have this small werewolf community in the Ashen Grove. A couple of lycanthrope-affected elves settled there about 200 years ago, and they welcome people like them ever since. They offer support for anyone trying to get their curse under control, and a home with a beautiful view to boot. I thought if I took Carolyn there, I could show her that there's still hope for her uncle, even if he doesn't find a cure. She thought it was ridiculous and a little silly, at least until I started trying to involve the werewolves. Oh boy. I tried to tell them about Mr. Dragon, so they could help cheer her up. I thought if I told them he's chasing a cure, they would be interested in meeting him. Maybe even offer to help. But instead, everyone ended up really sad. And then we were all quiet. I'm sorry, Fable. It was a sweet idea. Maybe just a little too soon? Or too late. I wish I could have done more that day. Maybe make them talk it out or hug it out or yell it out. Like a big oof. That day is over. It happened and it went how it went. All you can do is change the present. I guess that's true. I took her on a walk after, to my favorite spots in the grove. She told me a bit about her Baba. She sounds much nicer than Mr. Dragon. Indeed. I hope the Wyvern Chimera is everything she hopes it to be. Perhaps it will be, or maybe it'll be even more. I hope so. Well, may the stars of Cassiopeia and Leviathan guide her way. May they lead her down the right path and back to my tavern. Do you think she'll let me read her star sign soon? Maybe if you ask her nicely. Maybe, though I wouldn't want to bother her. You should ask her. Alright, if you say so. So, I'll ask her when she comes back so I can draw her a chart. And if she says no, I'll just keep trying until I figure her out. That's the spirit. I hope she'll come back. Of course she will. They always do. I'd like to think so. Me too. You should take a break from worrying. Maybe stay a while before heading back. That sounds like a good idea. I'll just idle here a bit if that's okay. Always. Greetings, Innkeep. I forgot he was staying with us. Kyle. Greetings, Kyle. Greetings, green creature. He's still gooped. Greetings, Mr. Vampire. Oh, how polite. Are you enjoying your drink? I am, thank you. Then I shall leave you to its inspiring aftertaste. Innkeep, say, did you move your inn by any chance? It took me hours to find it. I did not. Are you sure? I believe new alleyways may have formed themselves around your establishment, with winding paths and dark corners. Anything could be hiding within them. Like a vampire? No, silly snack. I don't need to hide. Except during games of hide and seek. I am very good at those. Maybe the inn wanted to play around with you. Mayhaps. But it underestimated my skill. As a 3-time hide-and-seek world champion, I would never lose to such a youngling of an inn. It's not that young. The wood isn't even rotting yet, dear innkeep. It still has many eons ahead of it. I like the sound of that. As a celebration of a match well won, may I offer you a drink? Yes, I think that would be well deserved. Has that delicious blood of yours made it onto the menu yet? Head empty. Not yet. Shame. Then I shall have some of that faux blood again, please. It does make my bones feel more sturdy. Coming right up. Fucking, which one did this bitch want? A southern brawler? That's pretty. Not me just fucking mindlessly pouring. I did need one of this, though. Some faux blood for your bones. Enjoy. Ah, this is perfect and keep. The only thing that could make me happier would be a drink lovingly titled The Innkeeper's Vein. He's very obsessed with our, blood. Keep dreaming, Count Dracula. Speaking of dreams, how is the retrieval of my cape coming along? Swimmingly. Well, actually I think there's a very little water involved. I wouldn't be so sure. My dear Evelyn has a beautiful pond filled with long-toothed spine guppies in her courtyard. It's her pride and joy. I would hope no one is swimming in that. But I have sent someone on your quest. I'm sure he'll return soon, and you and your cape will be reunited. Marvelous. Speaking of inseparable teams, where's Rhea? Oh, she's taken the day off. She demanded vacation time, so I said she could choose any day, and she chose today. I was also going to take a day off and spend her vacation with her. But when I wanted to follow her to the market, my sleeve caught on fire. And my hand. And my hair. So I was forced to stay back due to my allergies. The weeping amaryllis pollen is very bad at this time of year. And the sun. The sun is also bad for vampires. It is? Yes. Right. I need sunscreen. It's in the works. Did you get to see the supermarket later? I did. It was beautiful, colorful, and full of music that would make anyone's heart dance. But I couldn't find Rhea anywhere, so I felt a little lonely. Luckily, I managed to make a new friend in no time. Very tall and brooding, just how I like them. I inquired if I could try on his dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone, but he said if I tried to take it from him, he would turn me to ash. What a jokester. Dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone? Yes, a true connoisseur of fashion. He's just visiting, he said. He had some great crepe recommendations. Plum crepes with ash sprinkles? Yes, they tasted deliciously dead. I see. I hope you enjoyed your evening together. We did, though I feel like he asked something of me. I promised I would remember. Where are my rumors? Oh, shit. Hold on. We had more than I thought. Banshee is haunting the lonesome lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones. Hopefully hyperbole. A stranger has come to town. He likes plum crepes and spooky armor. Kaelin's grand... There we go. Shivermeyer. Okay. That's fine. Also, did you know that they changed, like, the notes system, apparently? To make it easier to tell which ones are supposed to match with each other? Perhaps you wanted my cape? Many people want my cape. Perhaps. But I would have never agreed to that. It is my cape, after all. Maybe he wanted my... Huska? Huska? I don't know how that accent is supposed to be read. Recipe? Is it good? Very much so. Then I'd like it as well. Oh, yes. You. Me. He asked me about you. Me? Yes. He said he's an old friend of yours. He was very curious about how your inn is doing. I sang your praises, of course, so he asked me to deliver you greetings. And congratulations on the well-run establishment. How did he phrase it? Deliver my congratulations on the faux peace your precious innkeep has found in her house of denial. Yeah? Very poetic, if you ask me. Very. If only I could remember his name. Does my description of him ring any bells for you? No, I'm afraid not. Too bad. He must be an old childhood friend. Maybe you went to school together? I heard many friendships are formed in such halls. Maybe. Do you want to tell me more about your time at the market? Most certainly. I found the loveliest trinkets. Like a little stuffed bear with a tiny raincoat and a crescent elder moon necklace. My cat wants in. Come on. I found a gorgeous sun charm as well. I bought it for Rhea as a welcome back from vacation gift. That's very sweet. Your friend bought a delightful raven figurine with eyes of starlight. Please don't call him that. We should never deny our friends, even if we don't remember them. I don't know, man. Sometimes you gotta deny your friends, right, Soul? Get out of here. I don't remember any of my friends. Alas, I still love them, even if their memory lives on only in my heart. Anyhow, he said it was a gift to himself, to celebrate the dawning of the month of the astral moon. Oh, I love Cassiopeia so dearly. She is the most beautiful month, is she not? A haven of starlight reflected in the primordial sea below. Only once a year is she this close to us, and only then for a short period of time. Hello, Shay? I need you to not block my screen. Thank you, bye. Give her some pets. To me, she is the harbinger of yearning and of change. I wonder how it will change this month. I hope to be more capeful and sunscreened by the end of it. Maybe even a little less alone. What about you? I like the way I am, but I wouldn't say no to stocking up on more ingredients. Ah, the refusal to change is dangerous, innkeeper. Change always comes to those who deny it the most. By the end of the astral moon, we shall no longer be who we once were. That sounds like a threat. By no means. Maybe it promises mourning, but maybe celebration also, could it not? For example, my dear Rhea hated vampires when she met me, and now she likes me. Well, true change can occur before the stars change, it seems. You are hard to dislike. Oh, how sweet of you. As sweet as my blood. I have a lot of it. I would hope you do. And it runs warm when people are kind to me. In all my millennia, kindness has always made me the happiest. There's nothing greater than friendship, don't you agree? And nothing more fragile. That makes it all the more precious. That reminds me, I forgot a crucial part of the message. Our dear friend Stranger told me that he would like to see you again. He said... What was it? Don't think too hard about it. Ah, of course, the letter. The letter? A polite young man gave me a letter to deliver to you. What a sweet gesture. I shall pass it on to you forthwith. Thank you. Are you not going to open it? No, I don't think now's the right time for a letter. Not enough moonlight. But wouldn't it be kind of romantic, longingly dwelling in the memories of a friend? It would go so well with the fireworks. What fireworks? I've no clue. He said he hopes you'll enjoy them. Fireworks. Doesn't that sound lovely? I hope they aren't part of a private event. I think that would be difficult to do with fireworks. I don't mean to interrupt, but... What is it, little fawn? Look outside. I think the fireworks have started. Oh, how beautiful. They're falling from the sky. Hello, little fireworks. Sparkle on. Those aren't fireworks. They're stars. Is that supposed to happen? Is the fucking achievement? I'm scared! They left me. Am I gonna read? Picking up the pieces. First of the astral moon. Oh, we're in Act 2! I didn't realize it. Look at this little dude. Okay, start day, yes. I'm glad the inn wasn't severely damaged by the falling stars, though it did take me nearly the whole day to finish all those little repairs. Neat, okay. The building might still look a little battered, but it could be worse. Hopefully none of my customers got hurt yesterday. It's not much, but I should surprise them with a new drink on the menu. That way, whoever... Ooh, USB unlocked. That way, whoever comes in can get at least a small taste of normalcy. I think that sounds like a good plan. New drink, new drink. Oh, hello. Why does your turtle have a nose piercing? Okay. Innkeeper. Jade. Didn't think you'd show up again after last time. No hard feelings. Remind me again who started that whole brawl? Ah, no clue actually. Must have slipped my mind. I think I like her. Would a drink help you remember? If I wanted to chat about it, maybe, but you know how much the remnants of the past bore me. Now let's focus on the present. Let's. I didn't come all this way to revel in old times after all. Although, I brought you something I knew you'd find useful, just in case you did remember who started the brawl. Oh, this is interesting. Let me see. It's some thunder sage. I found it on one of my jobs, but didn't have any use for it. Just don't try to boil tea out of its leaves. Tastes dreadful. Numbs your tongue. You seem to be speaking from experience. Can I just point out that in his shell, he just looks like he's a little smiley face. Your tavern seems to be getting on in years. Seems like nothing can escape the grip of time. Hello, music change. Wasn't even sure if it was still open. Is it that bad? I guess some would say age adds character. And what would you say? I'd say you've gotten old. What the fuck? Ouch. Oh, don't take it too personally. You've still got some of your old... appeal? Yes. You can be honest, you know. You're not my type. What the fuck? That's okay. Perhaps your drinks are my type, though. What can I serve you? Something that'll quicken my reflexes. Gotcha. What a bitch. First of all... Okay. So you're more... What is this again? This is intelligence. This is charisma? Strength, defense, agility. And she wants the agility. Oh, adds plenty of bonus to intelligence, but nothing for... Or removes defense. Ooh, interesting. Okay. What if I just... Okay, ding ding. Perhaps you'll find this appealing. Now that's what you call a drink. Maybe you haven't gotten on in your years so much after all. Well, some things never wither. You kind of a bitch. What are you doing in Zenith these days? Keeping up to date, checking out the latest town gossip after my most recent gig. Your most recent gig? I finished up a job in the Saye Plains. A sandworm kept terrorizing a group of seal wool merchants at the edge of the plains. Seal wool. I myself am very fond of those creatures. They just mind their own business, but sometimes, they gotta eat. But you know how it is. Something's gotta pay the bills after all. So I took the gig. It was a cushy job, though I still managed to get sand between my teeth. Luckily, it was only a sandworm and not one of those mimics that pretend to be part of the local fauna, and... snap. Gone you are. Anyway, I also heard about some unrest in Zoford from one of the local merchants and decided to take a look. Zoford, the seaport? Yeah. I always considered it a rather calm area. It was. It still is. Sometimes, at least. Initially, I thought the unrest was related to the local thieves guild, so I went there to deal with some bandits, look at their most wanted list, and cash out. There was no real challenge though, so I didn't pick anything up. Other than a few hushed whispers of the marketplace, that is. Something about the archmages... Archmages? Familiar that went missing or whatever. Perhaps a job for you? Oh? No. Interesting. Very impressive. Interesting. We're so close to getting 2 more quests. I'm not a welfare association. Like, what do I care about missing familiars if no one's going to pay me, you know? Of course. I was way more interested in hearing more about the undead on the other side of the country that my colleagues were mumbling about. So I came here, and naturally I couldn't resist coming by to see how you were holding up. I'm doing very well, thank you. Well, that's good news, especially considering the state of your tavern. It's not that bad. Sure, whatever you say. So, do you know anything about those undead? Not really. I've been a bit occupied with cleaning up this mess. The tavern was just a tad affected by some recent incidents. What do you mean? The shooting stars? Oh! Hello. We got 2 bad bitches in the tavern today. Shooting stars. It's more serious than that. Innkeeper, a drink please. Perhaps something to boost my defenses? I'll have to be equipped for every possible situation after this kind of morning. Coming right up. Okay. Jesus. The defense when the first lagoon. Ah. Okay, and then one over here. Please enjoy. Like dragon scales, sturdy, strong, flawless. I'm glad I could impress. You have no idea how much this catastrophe has affected the poor citizens of Zenith. And my day off. I can only imagine what scars it must have left on the rest of the country. I mean, if some star rain managed to affect not only the tavern but also the whole city, it must have been pretty bad. Speaking of which, I'd be happy to help you fix this place up. If the money is right, of course. No thank you. I'm closing up early today and tomorrow to take care of things. Alright, Chief. The offer stands. What? You don't really believe it was just shooting stars, do you? What else would it have been? Have you not seen the damage? These two do not like each other, it feels like. Last time I checked, shooting stars were flaming comets traveling through the firmament of Cassiopeia. Sometimes they crash on Gaia. Rarely, but it happens. Nothing I would worry about. Just an average Genesis for me. Cassiopeia, help me. What? Do you know something I don't? Perhaps. Oh, do enlighten me, please. Well, it seems you're not aware of who you're talking to. Nope. How am I supposed to fucking pronounce that? My name's Alithia Anwar. I'm a devotee of the great dragon Cassiopeia, bringer of change, and lady of the gilded sea. I'm gonna call her L. I fight for those that cannot fight for themselves. Bring justice to those who would bring doom. And I'm very aware of when something is wrong with the firmament. Cool. Pleasure to meet you, Alithia. Now, trust me when I tell you, this was more than just your average asteroid shower. I'm bad at trusting strangers, but go ahead. I believe something way worse happened. What? I know the stars fall from the sky. Literally. Usually I reside in the Aperture. It's a temple in the far northeast dedicated to Cassiopeia. But for my niece's birthday, I decided to take a few days off and visit her, to take her to the carnival on the outskirts of Zenith. We were just on our way back when suddenly, right above us, the sky was ablaze with millions of stars raining down on Gaia. I'm very attuned to the realm of Cassiopeia, the harbor of all the luminaries of the firmament. Just say astral realm. That wouldn't do the place justice, but what would you know? It's vast and yet so full of beauty. It's an ocean with a glistening surface, home to creatures beyond our comprehension. It's a theological term for it. Anyways, I noticed something was off the moment it happened, perhaps even a tad beforehand. Like the feeling of impending doom when... Hold on. One moment, ma'am. Oh, another one. That's about as high as it'll go. Okay. All the hairs on your neck stand up, and you know there's a creature lurking somewhere in the shadows. Exactly. Which is why, Innkeep, I came here right after fulfilling my duties this morning. So many were hurt. It's a matter close to my heart, figuring out what happened. After inquiring with those affected, many referred to you and your tavern. If anyone had any intel, it'd be you, they said. They did? Yes. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I imagine I know even less than you do. I was hoping to find some clues at least to help me start with my investigation. Well, she could have asked around for you, I'm sure. Would you do that? I could certainly try. Good. I'll look at her. Good. In the meantime, I shall do what I do best. Aid those in need. And perhaps find out more about this disaster. Why? What? Why are you so nonchalant about all of this? Oh, Lord. Things like this happen all the time, and people like you fix them. Thus, not my problem. People like me are the reason people like you can continue living like that. I didn't ask for any help. There will be a time when you do ask for help, and then you will be happy there are people like me. Sure. Before I forget, innkeeper. Yes, El? I will help you fix up your tavern, free of charge. Not necessary, but thank you for the offer. Well, if you don't need my help, I know many around that do. So I'll be going. Maybe we'll know more about all this when I return. How dramatic. Isn't it normal for divine devotees to act like that in times of crisis? Not sure if I'd call this a crisis. Sure, if it's like she said, and the literal stars fell from the literal sky, then yeah, that's odd. But then again, I'm sure Cassiopeia would have stopped it from happening if she'd wanted to. Are you religious? No, but I don't deny the dragon's existence. Which means I'm more than confident in saying that if they want to be worshipped, they should work for it. We all work for something. I work to get paid, you work to get paid, and they just get paid without working. I wouldn't say they aren't working. Then what are they doing to help in a crisis like this? They're taking care of the grand scheme of things. Pah, wishful thinking. Oh, hello? Your fingers are cats. And you have like a... What is it called? Fuzzy worm? String worm? Not ringworm. Different thing. But it's a rat. Heyo! Greetings, adventurer. She looks so fucking annoyed about his presence. Who? Me? You're the only one who entered my tavern, no? Yeah, but in what way do I look like an adventurer? I don't know. That's just your standard greeting. Budget couldn't cover any more, I suppose. But a wide variety of greetings. If that makes you feel better. Hit me, innkeep. Give me something from your repertoire of greetings. Greetings, traveler. Boring. Gotta agree with the gnome. I'm not a gnome. Whatever. What are you then? Many things, but today I'm Iniko. Iniko? Iniko? You? I'm the innkeeper. Jade. Cool name, Jade. Can I steal it? What? What? I'd prefer if no one stole anything. Drakes. Got it. Can I have a drink then, if I can't have your name? Of course. What do you want? What do you have? Everything. What do you need most right now? Something that'll make me more swift and agile. Like a slippery worm. Can't risk getting caught after all. What? What? Worms can be slippery. That wasn't... Never mind. A slippery worm coming right up. What a... interesting character. No worms. Perhaps it'll still suit your tastes. Oh wow, this is great. Amazing even. Where did you learn this craft? In the primordial vortex? My drink. That's too far. There you go. Don't look at me like that. I'm just joking. You aren't from here, are you? Who, me? Who else? Corey. Is that the thing on your shoulder? Bingo. Interesting. It's short for corruption. Oh, okay. Even better. Ah. No. I meant you. Well, I'm nowhere, anywhere, and everywhere all at once. But most of me is from Avalon. Hello, Shay. Oh, an Avalonian? Mamas. Mamas. Hey. Native born or by ancestry? Ma'am? Are you done? Native, duh. Huh, that's interesting. I find it pretty lame, to be honest. There's nothing going on over there. Everyone's the same. And you think it's different here on Gaia? Yeah, I mean, not really. But I can go anywhere I like. Barely anyone knows me here. Theft, Theft, identity fraud. I'm gonna assume that says murder. All is goody-goody with me because I can be someone else tomorrow. I don't think I like you. In Avalon, they all see through that game very quickly. I see. Changeling, then? Yes, and I say so out of trust. Just kidding. If you tell anyone, I'll come for you. Fret not. What happens in the tavern stays in the tavern. Then we're cool. Cool. So what brings you here, Iniko? This and that, you know? Zenith seemed like a cool town with a cool name. Got distracted by that giant hog on in your front yard, and I thought I'd come in and say hi. That would be mine. Cool. I don't do mounts. I'm faster on foot. That way I can admire the landscape, take U-turns through narrow spaces, pickpocket. And did you admire the wrecked ruin that was once Zenith? I mean, I love chaos, so... Is it that bad? Do you ever leave this tavern in keep? The city looks like a broken mirror. You bet it does. Looks like a star hit the center of Zenith and... Boom! Yep. Oh. The last shards. Oh. I can do a quest. I think I have to do those at the end of the day. Damn it. But there's nothing we can do about it. Exactly. Someone will fix it. And that someone's not me. Ha! Me neither. That someone could be you. What if no one fixes it? So what? Then it stays broken? The Aether tree won't tumble just because some stars fell from the sky. I'm sure some egomaniac is already on their way to fix it. Needn't get my hands dirty. Ditto. Isn't that a bit bleak? Why even bother? There's always someone who fixes everything. Shay. And if not, then I ain't bothering it. Then it ain't bothering anyone enough. There we go. Which means it isn't a problem. Okay, ma'am. Just move my whole monitor. It's so fat. Exactly. I know Jade is a mercenary, but say Iniko, you weren't exactly a traditional adventurer either, huh? Jade is a mercenary, sorry. Ugh, no way. This self-righteousness and self-sacrificial hero complexes ain't my vibe. I wouldn't say all adventurers are like that. Name one adventurer that didn't die from self-sacrificial tendencies. I knew one, but they perished thanks to their hubris. Another classic. Reminds me of the group I met last week in Erove. They were nice, but too nice, you know? I know exactly what you mean. Were they also on their way to investigate the falling stars? Nah, they were heading somewhere north. Didn't really listen, didn't care. But I was nice to them too, you know? Charmed some rations out of them when they prepared breakfast at their camp. Sat around the campfire drinking tea, munching on bread and bacon. One of them was a wizard, I believe, full-on robes and magic type of guy. Kept going on about how Leviathan was sending bad omens to the bottom of his teacup. Leviathan? Huh, why him? Dunno. Was he trying to warn you about his sister's demise? His sister? Cassiopeia. Ah, right. Sorry, mythology isn't really my cup of tea. What is your cup of tea? Fraud! Hi, Gabby. Welcome back for the moment. Can't focus on work. That's when you stop focusing. Give yourself a break. Okay, thanks. Checks out. So, Leviathan warned him via his tea leaves about the start of something terrible. Tattered wings tainted the gilded sea in dark shades of misery. You think this one's hot? And not Jade? You think this one's hot? Leaving behind nothing but a shimmering void. That's exactly what he said. How did you know? I think I read that somewhere before. Did you also read about the blazing eruption at the foot of the Dalwell Hills? No, but I heard about that when I was in Zelford. Thought the Fae were doing one of their quirky rituals again. You think his eyes being like that is the problem and not his bowl cut? I think I have a problem with his bowl cut. Wait, so it actually happened? Yep. He also read that from his tea leaves. Well, seems like the guy was a real psychic. I guess. Divination magic can be a powerful tool. The tea leaf said, "The wings shall be torn apart at the feet of Avalon, nestled between the peaks of Dalwell." Dalwell? So it really could be true. What? Sounds like whatever happened in Dalwell was the reason for the stars fell from the sky. Painted gilded sea, shimmering void, metaphors for a starless sky. Blinded by the knife he was holding in a hot way, you... Fair enough. Sure. If the wizard was right about his tea leaf reading, that is. But if it's with what I heard in Zoford, happened just a few days ago. Oh, that's how you're connecting it all. Another rumor. Oh, hold on. These are two separate ones. That means we don't have enough for... Trying to, like... Sure, whatever. Can't organize them and I hate that. How else? No idea. I thought he was just babbling. Ah, with everything that's been happening recently, I think he might have been onto something. Odd that the adventurers didn't try to stop it from happening. Maybe they were lacking in ego? Maybe. And maybe they thought someone else would come along to fix everything. Okay, enough. I understand what you're getting at. Maybe they were just pretending to be adventurers. Maybe they were the cause of all this and were just bragging about it. Thinking I'd stop them. LOL. It's the fact that it's genuinely just comma LOL. Enough with your maybes. They're pointless and aren't helping anyone. I'm getting a headache. I'll go get some fresh air. So long, Innkeep. Merry hunting, Jade. Now it's just you and me, Innkeeper. I'm closing. Go home. Indeed, Iniko. Have you ever thought about what would happen if no one ever fixed anything? Nah, pal. Just don't think about it. Life's easier that way. Why do you worry so much? You have your tavern. You just mind your own business. This is my job. I listen to stories and gather rumors to make quests. I get it. That sounds like the blurb on the back of some page turner. He's got a tiny violin that he made out of his fingers. Okay, I wouldn't want my life to be a page turner. Well, then it's good we aren't all the same. Though I could technically be anyone, even you. Don't. Drakes, I'm kidding. Didn't mean to spit in your soup. You didn't. Cool, I'm off. See if I can snatch some coins off the streets. Good luck. Don't need any innkeep. Okay. I can make a new quest. Can I? I don't think there's... No. Also no. I don't think these have anything to do with anything. Really? Spect on the zenith of the shambles. Okay. Twinkle twinkle deadly stars. Ah yes, the proper ending of a day. Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Chapter 6, A New Dawn, Second of the Astral Moon. Oh, Rhea's back. Less goop. Innkeep. Rhea. You've got any new lines for me? Perhaps, but I'll only trade them for new ones of your own. Hold on, I want to... Okay. I wanted to... separate these as best as possible. Make me a drink. I had a long night. Wanna tell me about that? No. I get it. You need some stamina first. What I need is some defense to ward off your question. I'll go check if I serve that. More frosted lagoon. Ding. Some defense to keep your favorite innkeeper at bay? Who says you're my favorite? I might be after this drink. Fair enough. You're climbing up there. I'm very happy to hear that. Now I've got a question for you. You think you can handle that? I'll try my very best, Mrs. Frostgrip. Miss. My bad. Miss Frostgrip. I just thought since you're such a catch, keep it to yourself. Alright. Is Kyle here? I was looking for him around town, but not a single lad or lassie has seen him. Thought maybe he got crushed by a fallen star. Worried? No. I see. I think he should be waking up right about now. Rhea! There he is. Oh, I missed you so terribly. I thought you had died, or worse, abandoned me. I thought the terrible fathoms of time had taken a new friend from me yet again. I'm fine. Are you sure? Can you see her too, Innkeep? Yes, very much so. By the dragons, she is not a dream nor a fragment of the past. I'm very happy you're not dead, Rhea. Thanks. Would you like to see the gift I bought you? Gift? When I was at the market all by myself, missing you terribly, I found these gorgeous earrings that reminded me of you. Ah, I hope you put them on. Wait. Are those suns? Yes, because your friendship lights up my undead life. What do you think? I like them. They match me other jewelry, and the craftsmanship is decent. You mentioned you like leatherback clasps. I do like them. When did I say that? Not sure. At some point. Or maybe I dreamed it. It is very likely. Speaking of dreams, I had the strangest dream about the stars falling down the other day. They crashed onto Gaia like a rain of fire, or beautiful fireworks. There must have been something wrong with my drink. Anyhow, Rhea, where did your slime go? It was washed away by the falling stars, the rain of falling stars. Oh. So the empty night sky wasn't a dream? No. Guess Cassiopeia couldn't carry it all anymore, or something. Incredible. So it wasn't one of your strange drinks, Innkeep. Does that mean I can drink another one without a vision of falling firmaments again? Worth a try? Then I would like to try, preferably something that will make me strong enough to lift a star. Just in case I would like to. I'll see what I can do. So we want another Southern Brawler, who would have guessed? Here, my best attempt at supporting your star-lifting career. Oh, this is delicious. Do you think a molten star would taste like this? No. Perhaps. So what do you two think about the star rain? It was very bothersome. I had to look for shelter on my way back from Rockwell Cliffs. They better hurry and clean it all up. You've got somewhere to be? Still have to get the vampire to Baruvia before I get my hands on that gold. Who? Yi. Oh, splendid. I haven't been to Baruvia in quite some time. I cannot wait to see it again. But until then, I can search for other materials, better ones even. That isn't going to happen by sitting around. Are you collecting loot for your dragon horde? What? No. In what world do I look like a dragon to you? They are masters of disguise. What about you, Innkeep? Am I a dragon? You are? No, I'm afraid not. But you smell so primordial. Thank you. You're not a dragon, Rhea. What do you need materials for? Decorations? Ingredients? Don't you worry, I'm not trying to steal business away from you. They're for crafting. Like for friendship bracelets? No, for weapons. You're going to war? But I just got you back. I'm not going to war. You won't see me fighting for anyone but myself. Are you a blacksmith then? I am. And I'm looking for the right material to smash the next Or Heart competition. I'm going to travel all the way to the caves for that one. To the caves of for that one. That's so far. Can I come with you? That sounds very exciting. I hope you'll come back to show off your creation once you've won. I'll think about it. How are you feeling about the stars having relocated, Kyle? It's fascinating. You think so? Yes. Now that I know it was not a dream, the implications are dazzling. Yesterday, when I was looking out into the night, I could see nothing but darkness. But then, as I stared at the sedating nothingness, I could see an astral harefish hopping across the sky. Its sparkling tail left a gleam of light in its wake. I was followed by more of its kind, like a pack finding a place to rest for the impending sunrise. With the light of the stars blinding me, I would never have been able to see such a spectacle. And you still thought you were dreaming? I thought the stars had just gone into hiding. We all do that sometimes. I would love to know how they're doing on Earth. They must be enjoying the new atmosphere. Possibly. Speaking of exciting, have you had a chance to take a peek at that letter of yours, Innkeeper? I'm afraid not. Either way, how exciting. You know, this world never ceases to amaze me with its natural wonders. Hey, Elle. This was by no means a natural wonder. Welcome back, Miss Anwar. Who are you? The Wonder Police? I am Alithia Anwar, High Cleric of the Aperture and chosen of Our Lady of the Endless Light. And I returned to this establishment to investigate the tragedy of the Starfall. Not one of those protagonist types. Innkeeper, I am happy to see that you were able to collect more information from my research. I'm grateful for your help in these trying times. At your service, miss. What are these times trying? Me, and the wonderful people of Asteria. An empty night sky is no laughing matter. This must be taken care of swiftly. I guess it's empty every time of the day now, actually. How does that not worry anyone? We have other things to worry about. And if these sorts of things stopped happening, this blabber would be out of a job. Indeed. Oh, look at her little face. I find it very exciting. That is somehow even more worrying. Say, are you a vampire? What else would he be? I am indeed. That is also very exciting. Do you have any affiliation with Marrow Castle? Oh. What is a castle? Why are you asking? While I was seeking shelter from the calamity, I came across a young echo with a gloomy temperament. It appears he got into a harrowing fight with the vampire of Marrow Castle. Some of his wounds are quite grave. Oh no. Was that our boy? Our edgelord boy? I'm just making sure he will not try to take vengeance here. I don't have the heart for vengeance. Or the memory. We should play around to memory. This is no time for games. Then what time is it? Time for me to figure out what is going on and save the people of Asteria from their impending doom. Let me guess, you do that often? Of course. After all, as a seraph and cleric of Cassiopeia, it is my duty to protect this world from anything that would cause it harm. It comes quite naturally to me. I like your unwavering sense of self-importance. Thank you. I like your earrings. Thanks. So what are your next steps for saving us citizens? Well, your rumors are all over the place, which is good. That means there's a lot to look into. Still, I would have appreciated a bit more organization. My bad. Let's start with my investigation in Zenith and Themis. Have a closer look at the wreckage caused. Maybe examine the rubble more closely, perhaps it harbors hidden clues. Once I find out what's going on, I will put a stop to it. The stars have already fallen, lassie. Not a lot you can do for them. Then I will make sure nothing like this can ever happen again. Perhaps Cassiopeia can even be healed. It is imperative for the order of this world that she herself does not fall. Couldn't agree more. I know you've got this under control, Miss Anwar, but how would you feel about a little drink to boost your spirits? You have a long investigation ahead of you, after all. If you're offering, thank you kindly. What can I get you? Depends on the approach I take Depends on the approach I decide to take with this. I could focus the investigative aspect, really dig my heels into connecting the threads, analyze the situation, find hidden clues, speak to the locals and those affected. Of course, I would have to do so strategically. Without the right approach, this plan would fall apart. And perhaps I would even need to inspire bravery in others to care about my cause. On the other hand, who knows who caused this? If I focus too much on theory, I may not be in the right condition to fight whomever I encounter. But you will be able to talk to them. That's always more entertaining. Not everyone can be reasoned with. In such a case, I should be able to properly defend myself. Especially if something similar should threaten to occur again. I need to be prepared for even the worst case scenario. I could offer you some phoenix chilies. Who knows what you'll encounter, but burning stars are best avoided with a hint of fire resistance. Sounds reasonable. So either it's the right balance between intelligence and inspiration, or the ultimate fireproof self-defense. I'm not yet certain which path I should walk. You should trust the innkeeper with it. She always has the most wonderful solutions. Just this once I shall. I'll make sure not to disappoint. I was thinking of adding... Yeah. This. But I was thinking of adding, these, because they... Yeah, inspiration. Inspiration infusion. So sparkly, right, Andu? Wow. Hey, Andu. Look at his little eyes. Ding ding. I think perhaps the strategic way is the best approach. After all, you wish to help people, not fight them. That is very true. This is an excellent drink. I'm already coming up with a 38-step plan. Perhaps we should start at the nearby Gaia temple. Excuse me. I heard it was unfortunately an impact site. The local acolytes will be sure to offer assistance. That sounds like an excellent idea. Thank you for your effort in helping this world, innkeeper. Always happy to be of service. Say, Miss Holy Spirit, those fallen stars, are they still intact? They crashed into the ground, so no, they are not intact. Were they pulverized? Not fully, no. Would you say that falling stars make for an interesting type of material? For what? Yes. They would certainly be rare. Need any help on that holy mission of yours? I know a thing or two about rocks and the like. Could give you some insights on those impact conditions. I can't say I'm an expert in geology, though I feel like I could make an educated guess. Nevertheless, sure. I would very much appreciate your assistance. Great, then I'm in. Me too. Do you know about geology as well? Or astronomy, perhaps? I know about astrology. And this all sounds so very exciting. I've been terribly bored of waiting for Rhea to come back. This will greatly aid me on the mission of curing my boredom. Well, I do like to help. That is very kind of you. I know. You don't have to come along. Of course I do. Could you imagine if the stars fell down again? What if one crushed you? And just stay close by so I can catch it. I don't think you could. The stars already fell, Kyle. Done deal. What about the ones in the primordial sea? What if it floods us with some of its mirrored stars? What if it floods us with all of its mirrored stars? Sorry. Unlikely. I'm not willing to take that risk. I'm going on this adventure with you. And with you, Miss L. Great. Wonderful. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Let us not waste any more time. Thank you for your aid, Innkeep. I shall return with conclusions and perhaps even mended firmaments. I'm looking forward to hearing of your heroic deeds. How exciting. Wish me luck. Good luck. I hope you find suitable material. Me too. Wow. Oh. Hello? Hello. Oh. I would like your finest drink, please. A drink, you say? What do you have in mind, Miss... Melina? But Melly is fine. It's short for Melina. I see. Well then, Melly, what kind of drink would you like? Something tasty. Something that'll give me new fun ideas. Oh, and some Thunder Sage. I don't have any money, but I got something to barter for the drink. You don't need to pay. But I want to. It doesn't feel right otherwise. Alright, fine with me. What do you have for me? Unlocked. Oh, it's an infusion. Golden feather. Oh, thank you very much. Speedy golden loons who molt their feathers every spring. They can be found near every major lakeside. Oh, it's got haste. Now I can accept a drink. Oh, here it is. Very well. Let me see what I can do. Some new, fun, and sweet ideas coming right up. Oh, look at her. This is perfect. I'm already feeling the energy for new hijinks running through my veins. Thank you. This is a really nice tavern. I think I'm going to hang out here for a bit. Need a break from my investigations. Can I pet your familiar? No, he's quite antsy when he hasn't been fed. I'd worry for your hands. Okay. He's back! He's been bit. Got an achievement. It just says rogue, nothing else. Drink, please. Sure thing. What type of ingredients? Preferably some that will wake my bones up. I feel dead and slow, incapable of forming words. Like an undead banana slug? No. More like a spectral starfish, I see. Can I have a drink? Of course. I will trade you for one. I will trade you one for a trinket. I did promise one of those. You did. Here, as requested. What do we get? Hold on, I'm struggling to see. You can tell me what this is, or should I guess? Oh my god, Gabby. Guess. A letter opener. It's a ritualistic dagger. Where is this ritualistic dagger? It should be somewhere on the wall, I thought. Is it this? Was this here earlier? But purely hypothetically, I could use it as a letter opener. I suppose. Though I don't think I'd use it that way. Who knows whose blood it has seen. Anyway, will that suffice, or do you want me to go back and look for something even more extravagant? Loot her corpse dust? This will do just fine. I'll find a fitting place for it on my wall. Good. I fulfilled my part of the trade. Now it's your turn. Ah, that's right. I promised a drink in exchange for a trinket. One moment. Let's see if we have something that will bring your words back to you. Should be the another... This one. In exchange, a ritualistically prepared drink just for you. Perfect. Almost worth stealing. Let's keep it at almost. Who bit you? A vampire. Why? Because we were fighting. Why? Because I stole a cape. But you're not wearing a cape. It's another vampire's cape. I was hired to retrieve it, and she got in the way. So you killed her? Yes. Why? Because she tried to eat me. Probably because you broke in. Was it the vampire at Marrow Castle? Yes. Oh, I heard that one is scary. Was she scary? No. Were there a lot of traps? Yes. Did you trigger a lot of traps? No. You're lying. What kind of traps were there? Where are your parents? Dead. Oh. Oh. Is he Are you crying? He's crying. I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay. It's already been this many years since they died. Just kidding. I can count. It's been 7 years. So I was only 3 when they disappeared forever, but I don't remember a lot about them. But I already solved their murder, so it's okay. Yeah, but he very much was not until now. Did you avenge them? No, they got eaten by zombies. And the zombies got eaten by a T-Rex. Not a lot left to avenge. That's... interesting, Melina. Yeah, right? I think it's a very cool origin story. It is indeed. Melina? Is that your name? Yes. But you can also call me Melly. That's my undercover name. Then you shouldn't be telling it to people. It's okay. You seem very nice. What's your name? Blaze. Is that his name, innkeeper? No. Ha! I knew it. He doesn't look like a Blaze. More like a Thomas or a Dave. Oof. You need to come up with a better fake name next time or you'll never cut it, kid. Just kidding. Blaze is fine. I shall call you Blaze. So, Blaze, tell me more about that vampire killing. I'd like to hear about it as well. Fine. But I don't feel comfortable with the kid being here. Oof. Sorry, kid. Excuse me? I am the greatest detective of our generation, and I can handle your PG vampire story just fine, thank you very much. We're not of the same generation. That's just a fancy way of saying all time, of all time, Blaze. I won't be held responsible if anyone calls Child Protective Services on you. To bring me where? To my parents? Right. How about you just tell us how you ended up fighting the vampire, and more importantly, defeating her? You did defeat her, right? Do I look dead to you? A little. The journey to Marrow Castle was simple. I encountered some of her horrid creatures along the way. Their maws were full of so many teeth, counting them would have taken my entire lifetime. How long is an echo's lifetime, anyway? Do earth echoes live longer than fire echoes? I don't know. Does the primordial sea make you age slower? I don't know. I've never been there. You're an air echo, right? Do you swim in the sea or do you float through it? I don't swim. But then how can you visit the primordial sea? I don't. I live in Gaia. I have no desire to move to another plane, nor to analyze my lifespan. Perhaps we can return to your recap? Right. Lady Evelyn's Monsters of Terror. Their teeth could not pierce my armor of ice and more ice, and my strength was no match for them. You're not wearing any armor. It melted. It does that. Side effects of vampiric ingredients. What? What? So you made it to the castle and then? You fell into her traps? Or her pond? Neither. Both. Nevertheless, I finally made it inside after clashing with the living gargoyles at her gates. I knew that trying to sneak around and find the cape anywhere other than in her presence was pointless. So I made my way straight to the colossal ballroom where she was already waiting for me. It was covered in mirrors, displaying only myself and the cape that had been carelessly flung over a cello chair. What a nice reception. It was malevolent. Her fangs were gleaming in the flickering candlelight of her chandeliers, and her mocking greeting was full of malice and bloodlust. We both knew why I was there. We both believed we were the ones who would walk away with blood on their hands. Your hands are surprisingly clean. I washed them in a river, almost got crushed by a star in the process. Knocked me right into the armor of some strange seraph woman. She gave me a lecture on fighting the undead without divinity, as if vampires don't have divine origins themselves. But she mended my wounds, so... most of them. The fight was brutal. We broke many mirrors, many bones. I was sure she wouldn't relent, so I tried to tire her out until daybreak. But then suddenly her fangs were in my arm, draining the blood from my veins. While she regained her strength through the life she was stealing from me, I felt the doors of Talts open before me, but my own strength didn't completely leave my body. Not yet. Ow. Used my last ounce of slowly fading consciousness to break an ice spike off my armor and pierce it straight through her wicked heart. It melted in my hands as her body slowly turned to ash. And at last, the cape was mine. Well done. That sounds like a fight worth bleeding for. I shall carry it with me forever. Couldn't you have just asked her for the cape? No. Why not? I'm a rogue. I don't ask. I take. So you're a thief. Yes. That's great. I need someone to mentor me in thievery. You'd be perfect for that. Thought you were a detective. I have many talents. I'm not teaching you anything. I'm not a babysitter. And I'm not a baby. You're the size of one. Alright, let's stick with the vampires for now. I'm curious, where did you find that dagger? She had it on her, attempted to strike me with it several times. It fell to the ground when she crumbled it into dust. I picked it up out of respect for the fight she put up, a memory of a battle well fought. Did her clothes also turn to dust? Yes. So she left nothing else behind. Nothing but the dagger and a wound on my arm. And a vial of blood. A vial of blood? Yes, it was able to resist the destructive force of her undoing, and the destructive force of hitting the floor. Weirdly enough, it also had a label on it. It read, "Blood of the First Vampire, Mike." Mike? Mike. It was a deeper red than I'd ever seen, and it almost seemed alive. What a strange thing to have on you. Maybe she thought you were planning to steal that too, and wanted to protect it with her life? Which she did, I guess. certainly sounds valuable. Are you gonna pawn it? No, I left it there. Put it back in its display case. I have no interest in blood vials or vampire mythology. And how did you know the vampires are divine? Common sense. You don't strike me as someone with a lot of that. Well, it seems like the quest was completed successfully. Thank you, Blaze. You did a good job. I'm lucky I survived once more. One more bite and I never would have made it out alive. Did you think you might die? When you took the quest, I mean? That's always a possibility. Then why would you go? Death is inevitable. Such is life. At least you found the cape. I'm sure that other vampire will be happy to have it back. I don't care. I just did my job. Speaking of which, Melly is right. Kyle will be very happy to have his beloved cape returned. Could I extend this quest to include a speedy delivery? After the day I've had? Not enough blood left in your bones? I don't think any blood is in my bones. Not usually. Fine. I'll do a direct delivery just this once. Where can I find this Kyle? Last I saw him, he left with Rhea to aid a certain cleric with her investigations. I'm sure you'll recognize her. Not her again. Where are they? Uncertain. Try looking around Zenith. They can't have gone far yet. What are they investigating? The Star Rain, as far as I know. That's what I was investigating. We should go talk to them. We can exchange notes. I already drew a map of all the impact sites on Zenith. Maybe they can help extend it further, or even find the culprit of this curious incident. Come on, Blaze, we have to go find them. For your cape and for my notes. I'm going. Alone. You do whatever. I don't need a sidekick. Wait for me! See you soon, Innkeeper. See you soon, Melly. Hot. Gabby, stop. Third of the astral moon. Yeah, they're back already. Good morning. Good morning, Melly. Good morning, Blaze. What have you both been up to today? You know, dilly-dallying and such. I was not dilly-dallying. He was. It goes well with the brooding. Sounds like a wonderful morning. Can I offer you both something to drink these early hours? Yes, please. Can you make me something smart and sparkly? Can do. Smart and sparkly. Let me make sure I don't fuck that up. Look at him. A fresh brew of smart sparkles. Thank you. There's just the right amount of sparkle. Oh no. Happy to hear that. Blaze, what can I get you? Nothing. Alright. So has the cape found its way back home yet? Yes. The vampire was thankful, if melancholic. It seems to have awakened memories of old woe. He seemed pretty nice to me. He should be. It fits him well. Almost like it was made for him. It was very interesting seeing a vampire in person. His fangs were shorter than I thought they would be. I expected them to be the size of a colossal saber-toothed tiger's fangs, but they were much tinier. A common misconception. Where did you find him? At the local Gaia temple. It got split in the middle by a fallen star. That sounds morbidly interesting. It was. I overheard some priests say they're thinking about rebuilding the temple around it because it looks kind of cool. And people like distinct temples. They do. The vampire was traveling with a really nice dwarf and a holy woman of Cassiopeia. They were asking around to see if the priest knew anything about the star rain. Did they? No. I could have told them that 2 days ago. But while we were sneaking around and listening in, we overheard the strangest conversation. Turns out El, that's the cleric's name, found out that one of the priests was actually a wobbling ooze in disguise. Scandalous. I know, right? Have a sip. But in the end, it was all okay. The others forgave him and he promised to try and become a real priest. Apparently he really loves the humidity in the temple. They all hugged and everything. It was very sweet. I was really happy we could see that from the shadows. We? Me and the mysterious and quiet Blaze. He's my new associate. I'm no such thing. It's great to see you two working together so closely. You make a great duo. We are not a duo. Thank you. How did you find the right moment to give Kyle his cape between all of those heightened emotions? We didn't. She got caught. I thought one of the pillars would be big enough to hide behind, but it wasn't. It wasn't a pillar. It was a tall vase. I felt very well hidden when Elle suddenly asked me if I wanted to stop hiding now. She was paying a lot of attention. I think she noticed me from the very beginning. She's so cool and smart. Did you ask her about her investigation? I did, but she said it was too early to share my insights. To share any insights. Even when I kept asking, she wouldn't budge. So I asked about Master Smith Frostgrip. To tell me more about the temple's architecture instead. Did you know that its altar is built from a 1,000-year-old oak? I didn't. That's fascinating. It is. She also told me I have to work on my stealth. That being small isn't going to be enough. I think she knows from experience. Better not tell her that. Better not. So are you going to work on it? Yes. Blaze is going to show me the ropes. Is he now? Have to. She'll get herself killed otherwise. That's a very dramatic way to look at things. But she's also very nice. But also very nice of you. So, would you say your investigation was a success? Kind of. We get to see how clueless the other investigators are and return the cape to Mr. Vampire. But we didn't find out anything new about the stars. And didn't even get to see any monsters. I was hoping maybe some would have fallen from the astral sea, and I could have studied them. A dangerous if very exciting dream. Mostly a foolish one. You think so? Have you met monsters before? What kinds? Do you have any favorites? Who were the first ones you ever met? Did they try to eat you or be your friend? Of course I've encountered monsters before. They've been part of my life for many years. The shadows are full of them. Really? That's scary. Of course it is. So the first monsters you ever saw were shadow monsters? No. They were much worse than that. What is it? Can I have a drink after all? The words aren't flowing easily. Of course. Same as last time? Yes. Let's see if we can find something sweetly charismatic. Yeah, get that charisma. Which is this one. Toxic. Oh my god. Oh. A drink just for you. I might, when this day ends, I might end it there. Thanks. How is it? Fine. That means it's perfect. So, where was I? Ah, right. Shadow monsters. Back when I was younger, I had just joined the Shadowbanes and was eager to prove myself. It said, oh, it said that there are great riches far in the depths of the Gravelmac, a dangerous mountain range in eastern Fizoa. Hidden treasure troves full of precious gems and gold, and I owed some debts. Hoping to find some jewels, I made my way there to the darkest of its crevices. Guarding its depths were creatures no one would ever choose to face. Bleak stalkers straight from the Twilight Chasm. Hideous creatures that have every right to be associated with the Nightmare Realm. They typically feed on rocks and gemstones, but they seem to think bones have the same general consistency. I wasn't able to harm them with my mortal weapon, so I distracted them with some of the gems I had managed to pocket earlier. It was a close call. I will never forget their twisted antlers and beak-like snouts. They sound kinda cute. They were not cute. If you say so, maybe one day I'll encounter some. Pray you never will. No thanks. Well, all my rumors. Okay, so we got another. The amount of undead. I don't think it has anything. Maybe. I don't know. Care! Welcome back, Care. Are you alright? Yeah, of course. You want a drink? Yes, give me something strong, please. No watered down muck. Got it. She likes the brawl one, I think. Yeah, Southern Brawler. Sure. Strong and with 0 water, just like you like it. Thanks, needed that. You're welcome. Say, Innkeep, you got room in your neat little book full of recipes for one more drink? Sure, got one for me? You bet. That's what my Baba used to. It's what my Baba used to drink back in the day. My adventure reminded me of it. Sailor's courage. Thank you, Care. Oh, look at that. What is it? Interesting. Why are you so sad? I ain't sad. But you look sad, and you sound sad, and the innkeeper looks worried, probably because you're sad. I am worried. Don't be. Too late. Like I said, I ain't sad. Not really. More, I'm not sure. My chest feels tight, and I feel lightheaded. Maybe I'm dying. Those are all side effects of being sad. Who are you, anyway? I'm Melly, the world's greatest detectives. I'm Carolyn. Who's that punk next to you? That's my sneaky assistant. He's got a name? Malachite. Ah. So, would you like to detect... So, I would like to detect why you're sad. Likewise. Does it have to do with that wyvern chimera whose saliva you were hunting for? You met a chimera? A wyvern chimera, yeah. That's so cool. Why? How? You're alive. Sure I am. Do you remember that forgetful vampire, Millie? Of course. He put out a quest for chimera saliva. Hey, Cran, how's it going? How you doing? He thinks it may be able to produce a sunscreen strong enough for him to walk in the daylight once more. Good, that's good. Carolyn was brave enough to pick up his quest. Whoa, that's amazing. How would you even get the saliva of a guardian? By killing it. Oh. Would you like to tell us what happened? Is that really necessary? I think it might be good for you. Very interesting for us. You don't really want to disappoint Melly, do you? Miss Carolyn, will you please tell me the story? Fine. Thank you. I didn't mean to kill it. Seems like an extraordinarily blasphemous thing to do. For someone non-religious, you concern yourself an awful lot with it. Just try not to be a dick, that's all. Usually I got no trouble killing beasts, but my Baba would have lost it if I told her I had harmed a guardian. I think so, at least. Not like she'd ever fought any of them. Oh, I thought she did. But she had the natural ability to know when it would have been right to do so. I ain't got that kind of sense. We'll see about that. How did the fight start? On my way there, I changed my mind from fighting to sneaking. No. Thought if I was quiet enough and had the veil of the night on my side, I could just steal the saliva from right under its nose. Or maw. Drooled quite a bit, that thing. But I didn't know my way around the quag mangrove, and I wasn't as quiet as I should have been. Oh, I know all about that. But you got a giant sword, so you were prepared, right? Of course. Innkeep here even hooked me up with some fire resistance. Came in handy. And the sword, well, was made for killing beasts. Even the good kind, I suppose. Is it a magic sword? Not sure. Doesn't do any magic tricks. But it's stronger than your average steel and can resist even the highest heat without practical potions. It used to belong to my grandma. She left it behind for me. That's so sweet. Your parents gonna leave you anything? No. They weren't expecting to go, so they didn't think about it that time. About it in that time. But that's okay. I can find my own treasure. I'm sure you will, kiddo. So the Chimera noticed you? Yeah. Sly beast pretended to be asleep while I approached it with the bucket. When I tried to catch its saliva, it snapped at me. Would have taken my arm if I wasn't so tough. The ensuing fight was something else. Next to its dragon head, it sported a lion and a snake head. They fought me all at once with overwhelming ferocity. It was the fiercest enemy I've ever encountered, and even though its fire couldn't harm me, it took everything in me to best it. I may have defeated it in the end, but I felt honored to have fought such a formidable foe. So you defeated it with your badass sword? I did. This weapon really saved my skin. Dealing the final blow, I felt like my grandmother was holding my hand and guiding me towards victory. Or maybe I just imagined that. Maybe. Maybe that doesn't matter, as long as it felt real. Maybe. I even gave it a proper burial. It deserved an honorable send-off. I almost left with the sword in it too. I almost left the sword with it too, but it's too good of a weapon. The dead don't need swords anyways. Yeah. You know, I did achieve a dream. I saw a wyvern chimera in the flesh. I fought it even, and then I killed it. Does that mean I killed her dream? I think it means her sword saved you from dying. I'm sure that was a dream of hers too. Possibly. But she would have found another way out of it, I'm sure. But she ain't here. So I thought maybe it was time I put her to rest as well. Left my goodbyes for her with the chimera. Maybe it can pass them on. May Tuat listen to your pleas. May he find that much mercy in his cold, dead heart. Is he dead, you think? Tuat, I mean? He does reside over the spirit realm, and only the dead can go up there. So he must have died and gone there too. Or he's always existed there. Was made to watch over the dead. He's a god after all. There's no clear consensus of what the great spirit dragon really is. A dead dragon, a god who could always control death from its very inception. Reflection of what we believe death to be. Death itself. He could be anything. What would you like him to be? What hopes do you have? I hope he's kind. I hope so too. Then I think he's kind. Maybe we should follow his example. That's what heroes are for, right? Indeed. You're one of those, right, Care? Of course she is, silly. I have to agree. You know what would be very heroic of her? What? If she brought the saliva to Kyle, the vampire. I'm sure his joy about finally being able to walk in the sun will be extraordinary. Too lazy to go yourself? My domain is merely my tavern. You're much more likely to run into him. Fine. Might as well. Need to get moving anyway. You're leaving? No, just need to move around. Any of you happen to know where I can find this vampire? Last saw him at the Gaia Temple. The priest might know where he went. I know where he wanted to go. I overheard him talking about it. Care to share? I want to trade it. The information, I mean. For what? Can you teach me how to use a greatsword? That's it? Sure thing. Right now? Is right now okay? I've got the time. Might take you more than one lesson, though. That's okay. I've also got time. It's a deal, then. I'll show you the basics, and you tell me where to find the vampire. Yippee! That is, if your assistant is alright with that. Don't care. Not my circus, not my monkey. Okay, kiddo. Let's go. Innkeep, can we use your front yard? Of course. Go wild. Will do. Are you coming too, Mel? No. I'll stay here and have another drink. Okay. You can join us later. Can't wait to learn how to fight. It'll be so helpful for future adventures. Innkeeper, do you have any quests I could go on after this to practice my sword and stealth skills? Not yet, but I'm sure something will come in. Be patient. I promise I'll have a quest for you soon. I can't wait. I'm going to destroy any challenge with wits, stealthiness, and giant swords. Ha! I know you will. But first I gotta practice. See you later. I like her ambition. I like her naivety. Some would call it optimism. A waste of time. Delusions get you nowhere. You would know. Another drink, please. Same as before. Sweet and all. Coming right up. What did we get him last time? Spoken Heart. Some sweet optimism from my most pessimistic customer. This is sweet enough to make me optimistic for future drinks. Wow, I'm proud of myself here. You should be. So, Malachite. Just leave me to my pondering. Got it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fable is back. Hiya, Innkeep. Hiya, Fable. I'm just happy to see the tavern looking healthy again. And you too. I'm sorry it took me so long to check in. That's alright. I hope the last 2 days weren't too hard on you. No, not at all. I was just very busy. A bunch of the Ashen Grove's trees got knocked over, and I spent a lot of time rescuing and leading group therapy sessions with the local wildlife. And of course I had to check in on all the nearby settlements too, see if they needed help with any damage after all of that. How did the werewolf settlement fare? Okay. It took some damage. Everyone is okay, but only physically. They might have to relocate. I'm sorry to hear that. They'll be okay. I'll make sure of it. It's very nice of you to check in with everyone. I had to make sure everyone was okay. I used up a lot of my healing salves, but that's what they're there for. I'm not happy I had to use them, but I'm glad I was prepared. May I request something? Go ahead. Do you maybe have a drink in your repertoire that could assist someone in a situation like mine? Your drinks are powerful. I'd like something that would make me tougher while also replenishing my soulful energy. I think I'm all done with helping out now, but a drink like that would be a real game changer in case something like this happens again. I don't think I have a recipe for that yet. But don't worry, I've already got an idea. Oh, okay. But even without such a drink, I'm sure people are very thankful for your presence. Well, they weren't mad about it, at least. Though, I sort of feel like people aren't really as concerned as I thought they'd be. When I first saw the stars fall, I thought for sure the world was going to end. Yes, I recall. You were right that it wouldn't, of course, but I thought that people would be a little more freaked out by the lack of a night sky. But everyone just seems to be okay with it. I asked one of my sisters about it, and she said, "Who cares? Some wide-eyed adventurer will surely put them back at some point. Let's worry about replanting these tomatoes." I don't even know if you could put them back. You can never put back what's lost. But you can always replace it with something new. I'm not sure that you can replace the stars, or if you should approach loss that way. It's all a matter of perspective. I wouldn't mind a bunch of trees up in the night sky for a change. Right. But it still would be much nicer if some things would just stay the same. Edgelord, yes. Hi, Soul. They never do. I'm just happy everyone's okay. Did you check on Carrie yet? She should be hacking my terrace to pieces outside. I did, outside, on your definitely not hacked up terrace. Just out of curiosity, do you own any wood glue? Oh no, my terrace! It was nice to see that she's okay too. I was a little worried she would just leave and never talk to me again. So it was nice watching her train Melly with so much enthusiasm, and to catch up a bit, that too. She tried to rope me into their greatsword training. Did you accept? I'm not really a sword kind of elf, but it was fun to watch her teach Melly. She's very sweet. Just kind of falling asleep. That's fair. I'm kind of falling asleep. Actually, I'm just struggling to... Reading out loud always makes me yawn so much. Indeed. And I was just relieved to see Carolyn doing alright, even though she is worried about Mr. Dragon. We don't have any way to check in on him. I hope he's alright. I'm sure he is. To celebrate our well-being despite the absurdity of this world, how about a drink? I would love a drink. Can I have something agile and swift? I still have to make my way back home later, and I could use some speed for that. I'm sure I'll find just the right thing. You wanna see some speed, bitch? Oops. Swiftly and quickly, your favorite drink. Thank you. Your drinks are still the highlight of my day. She makes it the best drinks, right? They're okay. Really? Do you actually think that? Or is this a thing where you just don't want to be nice? People seem to do that a lot for some reason. They taste good. as good as things can taste when you're, me. Well said. Thank you. Look, he's slowly warming up, okay? He's slowly warming up. We'll get there. By the way, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Fable. I'm an elf and a ranger, and I come here a lot. They are also an absolutely courageous and capable hero. That's not true. Not yet. I'm working on it. Being a hero, I mean. Why? Eesh. Because I dream of adventure and all the wonderfully exciting things it can bring. And I want to help people. Why? Why not? I'm Malachite. Oh, you're Mel. I mean Malachite, obviously. Melly just talked about a Mel. She said they, or I guess you, are very cool and her new friend, she sounded very happy about it. We're not friends. She just won't leave me alone. Oh, okay. Then why do you spend time with her if you don't like her? That sounds really mean. She keeps following me. And you take her along? Not by choice. I don't know you well enough to judge the truth behind all this. But I think you should be honest. With her and with yourself. Honesty goes a long way. I also believe that thing in Zoford can be fixed with honesty as well. You mean the missing familiar? I heard several familiars are missing, actually. And I believe with so many mages and familiars present, someone is bound to know something. But maybe they're just scared to face possible consequences for their honesty? Sounds like Zoford is going through an eventful time. Thank you for letting me know. I'll keep an eye out or two for future developments. Zoford isn't very far from here, is it? Excuse me. Not too far. It's in eastern Fesoa, and is, to my knowledge, the biggest harbor town in the Republic has to offer. I can only recommend its many summer festivals. Very pretty fireworks. Why? Does it sound like something up your alley? No, not mine, but Melina is seeking her first quest. Maybe this could be something for her. She needs to practice her skills outside of risk-free theory. Good idea. Let's see if I can reserve it for her. Sorry for asking, but first quest? I thought Melly just turned 10. Isn't that a bit young for quests? No, I was a similar age when I ventured on my first quest. The one with the horrifying nightmare creatures? Yes. Oh, that's sad. No, that's cool. No, I think that's a little sad. Children shouldn't have to face such danger that early. Why not? It's always there. Might as well confront them when they're young, so they can accept its existence in their lives. That's an insane thing to say. Just because the world can be horrible doesn't mean we should confront children with that fact as early as we can. It's already bad enough that us grown-ups have to deal with it so much. Why should they just accept it if we can make the world a safer place for them instead? I mean, when you were on a quest with, and I quote, horrifying nightmare creatures, weren't you scared? Wouldn't you have preferred not to be alone? It builds character. A character that thinks we should put other kids in miserable situations sure did a lot of good for you there. Aren't your parents worried to death about you? You got enough rumors to make a quest yet, Innkeeper? Not yet. Give me another day. People are so busy talking about or ignoring all that star debris, they're losing sight of the important things. Yeah, kick his ass, Fable. Like feeding me new information. Is that very nutritious for you? No, but it's fun. In that case, the fun I can provide in a day is running out. Unfortunately, the horrors of this world do not stop chasing me nor anyone else. I shall take my leave. Good luck. See you around, with less horrors, I hope. Now I'm worried. About Malachite or Melly? Both. Are you really gonna send her on that quest? If she wants to go, but I don't think you have to worry about it that much. Zoford is a beautiful city with a very low crime rate. I think she can handle a couple of rowdy familiars. And I doubt she'll be going alone. I hope not. There's little worse than being alone when you're scared. Very true. Are you scared of anything? Bad Yelp reviews. I don't think you have to be scared of that. You make the best drinks in all of Asteria. I think as long as you like my drinks, I'll be okay. You've got my 5 stars in the bag. I'd like to ask what you're afraid of, but the answer would be everything. Is it? Oop, sorry. Yes, but I'm working on not letting my fear stop me. I might not be able to avoid feeling afraid, but I can always just do things when scared. Rather than not at all, maybe. That is still a terrifying thought. How do you handle situations you're afraid of? I used to have a terrible habit of just walking away from things that scared me, but with the right people by your side, staying becomes less of a crushing weight on your shoulders. You realize that even if things aren't perfectly comfortable, they are still worth experiencing. They are Precious Bean. That sounds lovely. I've never seen friends of yours around the tavern before. Maybe you should invite them over sometime. Perhaps, though one of my friends is sitting here right now. Where? Wait, are they invisible? Oh, you mean me. That makes me really happy. Also makes me feel pretty bad about having to go back home. Don't worry, go home. Fix the many things that worry you, as long as you come back. Always. I'll see you tomorrow, innkeeper. See you tomorrow, my friend. Nom, 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 nom. Okay. This is where I'm gonna end it.